Are you guys? In a clock that doesn't turn. It contains a heart that I've never told you in my life. Have you ever heard of it? Today, I've been fixing my watch all my life. The story of an old man who couldn't fix only the most important time. Inside the alley in Jongno, Seoul, there's a small clockwork that's been running for more than 50 years. The old owner, Jung Hae-soo, 84 years old, sat down. His hands were still as precise as a machine. The gaze stopped frequently. The walls of the workshop were filled with broken clocks. One of them, it's still dusty. A small desk clock stood out. As much as that watch, the seawater has not been touched once. The table clock is the time of the day when his wife, Young Soon, passed away was stopped. Winter night, 1987, Young Soon said, breathing her last breath from the hospital bed. Honey, listening to this clock when I'm not here, don't be lonely. But the moment Young Soon left, the clock stopped as if it had been promised. Since then, the seawater has been... I didn't fix the watch. No, I didn't have the courage to fix it. Seawater has been blunt to his family all his life. When my wife smiles next to me, he always looked at the clock cogs. When my son got into college, I couldn't say a word. Well done. The last words from Young Soon. Honey, smile a little bit. It always stuck in my mind. But after she left, he lost his laughter. I lived only by the sound of the clock. One day, his grandson Minho came to the workshop. Grandpa, why don't you just fix this watch? You're fixing everything else. Seawater paused for a moment and answered, I haven't fixed it. Minho tilted his head. The deep meaning of the words was elusive. One winter day, a customer came over with an old watch. Mister, this is my father's watch. Can you fix it? Seawater spoke, carefully breaking down the old clock. A watch is like a man. There are times when you can fix it and times when you can't fix it. At that moment, Jesus suddenly realized what you haven't been able to fix in your life it was a person's heart. That night, the seawater was left unattended for a long time. I took out my desk clock. He opened the lid with his trembling hand. I looked at the gears and springs. Young Soon, should I fix it now? Tears were forming and my vision was blurred. He slowly set out the cogs. The clock was ticking for a moment. It stopped again, as if it's not time yet. Minho is back. Grandpa, can I help you? The two talked by touching the clock together. Minho, you loved your grandmother a lot, right? Seawater, yes, but you never said that. Minho, then tell me now. My grandmother will hear it. Jesus closed his eyes and murmured, Young Soon, I love you. I've been sorry. At that moment, the clock stopped. Suddenly, it started to move with a click. The clock moves regularly for a few minutes. It stopped slowly, but the sea smiled. It's working. I have now fixed it. Minho asked with surprised eyes. The clock still stopped. Hae-soo pressed his grandson's shoulders and said, it didn't stop. My mind is moving now. This is my last work. A few days later, the seawater died quietly. On the desk with a stopped desk clock, a short note was left. Young Soon, you can laugh now. And Minho, never spare a word of love. Minho's eyes were teary. I held my watch in my chest. The last work of the clockwork. The time that we couldn't fix. It was a story about a confession of love that I couldn't tell. As we live our lives, I'll tell you one day, and I put it off. But someday, it goes by faster than I thought. Even now, are you saving the words I love you? Then today, at this moment, tell it to your most precious person. That means someone's time. It might get you moving again.